Hi, my name's Bradley, and I just want to make an impact on the world. That's literally how I'm going to start this intro. Yeah, my name's Brad. I am the owner of King's Peace, which is a journal brand for men and also for women as well. We've got our own women's one, and yeah, this video today is just about the vision of King's Peace and where I want to take it and who I am, and so you can actually relate to what I want to do and why we have the vision that we have for the business. So, yeah, I want to make an impact in the world. I want to save lives. As much as that sounds quite deep so soon, is yeah, honestly, I want to save lives. It's a hard world out there, and there are sadly a lot of men that are contemplating life, not knowing if they fit in this world, not knowing where they want to be, what their purpose is, and what they truly want to do. And there's also a lot of men that are struggling to the point where they're really doubting whether they belong in this world. And some, unfortunately, even aren't here anymore. And for that reason, and and for why I'm doing what I'm doing, yeah, I just want to make this video because it's time for me to really get out of my comfort zone and really share the dream, the vision, and the impact I want to have for the world, but also to let you guys know why I'm doing this, why I'm going out and spreading the message of mental health, self development, and not in a conventional way like the internet goes on nowadays, but in a holistic, truly healing, fulfillment kind of way, where you actually understand your identity, who you are, what you want to do in life, and then building communities around that, building people that want to do life with you to help form relationships that are long lasting and ultimately change your identity to become the person you actually want to be. You know, no longer thinking, oh, this is the person I want to be in the future, but really get down to embodying that person now and and genuinely just becoming your best self. I think that's what it is at the end of the day, is striving for success, but not always looking to achieve success. Because when you're looking to achieve success all the time, you're just in a constant state of not actually getting to where you want to be. Whereas if you're striving for it and you're doing what it takes to get there, it's a different kind of fulfillment. It's a different kind of success where it's acknowledging what you've done and acknowledging that what you're doing is actually good and great and is making you feel happy, but it's not putting you in a place of I'm just never good enough or I'm just not there yet, because that can lead to certain outcomes, certain goals where they just feel unattainable or unachievable, even when you do hit some of those goals. Let's say, for example, you've made it to 1 million, right? And now that goal just seems like nothing because you're always trying to achieve a level of success that is just not satisfying. And that's what I think we really miss in this world, is having communities and having strong bonds of friendships that really help you feel fulfilled, and the kind of goals and the kind of things that we achieve actually help other people, actually help our community, help build society back up. And I think that's one of the things that is really holding a lot of us back. And when I say holding us a lot of us back, I mean for men specifically as well. You know, with journaling, and just a bit about a bit of my background is I started journaling in 2021, and when I started journaling it was just a blank piece of paper and I just wrote my thoughts down. And although it helped somewhat, it didn't actually really help because all I was doing is writing down my thoughts and my feelings, but never actually led to action because I wasn't actually questioning why I thought what I thought and what I was doing. I was just rather just, it's like blabber, just writing down a bunch of stuff on the page and going, hey, okay, on to the next, on to tomorrow, where I wrote down the same thoughts. And I don't know the statistics on these things in terms of like the thoughts you have, but I know it's above 80 to 90% of your thoughts are the exact same every day. So if your thoughts are pretty much the same every day, that means your actions are going to be the same every day and your behaviors and the way you think is going to be the same every day. So that means that we're going to live throughout life having the same thoughts, same feelings, same anguish, same difficulties without actually going anywhere. And from my observation, I've really found that most people in life bar, you know, maybe having kids, maybe getting a better job, we don't really actually change. We hold ourselves to a certain identity and we live within that identity. And, you know, you can lose weight, you can gain weight, build muscle, but, you know, give it a couple of months or a year and your identity goes back down to that baseline because we haven't actually truly embraced a new identity, worth of self. And that's so important. And I think that's something that we are really missing in this day and age is understanding not only ourselves, but being able to change our identity to become someone that we didn't think was possible or we always thought was attainable only in the future. And that's where I really think journaling steps in because once I started to question my thoughts and what I was writing, I was like, right, this is the next stage, this is the next step. And so from there, I looked at men's journals and I bought a couple of men's journals. And whilst they were okay, they still very much led onto the or lent onto the side of feelings again. It's how do you feel today? How have you felt after today? You know, it's never really questioning my thoughts, never really questioning my beliefs and questioning the things that I've gone through in my past to actually overcome them and to renew my mind, which is really important. And so that's why I stepped out and decided to make my own journal. And yeah, just to that, it was a process. We put in a lot of graft, a lot of work, but it's just from researching what it actually is, what it actually is that makes a man want to journal, but also what is it that will truly help him change, what will really truly help him feel like at the end of the day he's won. But also on top of that, I just know that so many of people that I come across, and maybe you watching this video, is that you don't know what your purpose is, or you feel like you haven't discovered it yet. You don't know what fulfills you. You don't know what really pushes you to feel like you're genuinely happy with where you're going in life. Even if you haven't attained those goals yet, you're actually content with the way you're living. And for me, that was really important when I was making this journal, was going, hey, how can I make a journal that helps men discover their purpose and feel more fulfilled in life, but know what their values are? Like, what are your values? What do you actually stand for? When things get tough, how do you act? How do you respond? How do you behave? What are the things that in your past has affected you to now procrastinate or unsure on whether to take the next step or get out of your comfort zone? Or when you're questioned or challenged on your beliefs, are you stuck in them? Are you stubborn? Or can you actually release that inside of you and go, hey, let me question my own thoughts. Let me see if they're right, you know? Taking the ego one side and going, yeah, like I've got something to learn. And I think that's really crucial. And that's just yeah another part of the journal and why I made it. And yeah, I'm just really not just passionate, but I feel like this is my calling. I feel like this is the thing that I'm meant to do, and really want to change in society is men's mental health, but also how us men navigate society, how we navigate life. Because if 75% of self deletion is by men, there's a significant problem. And no amount of therapy, no amount of modern day things that we do is going to solve that unless we actually get to the root, unless we actually come together and actually look at what helps men thrive, what helps men feel wanted, what helps men feel needed, what helps men feel cared about and appreciated, what helps men feel fulfilled, what helps us bond together, what helps us be vulnerable in a way that's actually safe and actually natural. Because that's what it is, right? It's us men, we want things to feel natural in the way that those vulnerabilities or those things are, because when it doesn't feel natural and it feels manufactured, we very much will close up. And I think first, as I said, it starts with journaling. It starts with yourself and that self-awareness and actually understanding who you are, what you're about, what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, and then learning to change that behavior. But also from there on, it's being part of communities, finding a mentor, finding friends that you can confide in, but it actually feels natural, feels normal. it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like you have to go out there and meet a bunch of strangers that you don't even want to talk to. It's finding platforms, it's finding groups that genuinely align with you, and you feel like you're part of a mission. You feel like you're part of a purpose, because that's where I've observed and seen people build strong bonds, and where they feel the most fulfilled or happy, or feel like they belong there. And that's the most important thing, is a feeling of belonging and a feeling like contributing towards something significant. And I don't know how I'm going to make it all happen. I have a lot of ideas in my mind, of where I want to take the business. So far, I'm proud to say that in the first 4 months of launching our journals, we sold over 500 journals, which is amazing. And we had to get a new batch in because we sold out, and we didn't even realize it was going to be that fast. And we made changes from the first journal until this version of the journal. But yeah, it doesn't stop there. I want to make this the best journal that there ever is for men. I also have a women's journal as well, something that we released this year, because we also it's not just about men, it's about women as well. Both of us to change society together, taking accountability and responsibility. But yeah, it for me and what I am and what I've experienced first, yeah, I just want to help men first, because that's what I know, and that's what I believe can really spur and change society for the better. I mean, this might sound this might sound a bit what's the word, enthusiastic, or a bit like a dream, but I think it's really important to dream, if I'm being honest. Like, trying to achieve a dream that's almost impossible. Yeah, that's my goal with this business, and I hope that you can join me and come along for it. And I also hope that you have the journal, you journal in general, because it's so effective. It's so, like, the some of the most successful people I know, and successful people in general, they journal. And there's a pattern there, and there's a reason why. A lot of people can get stumped on journaling. They feel like it's not for them, they feel it's uncomfortable, they don't even know what to write. But it really just comes down to it understanding that it's a skill, and it's something that you have to practice. Because once you practice it and you get better at it, and you start to be able to introduce questions to really delve into yourself, it's like a cathartic release, you know? And that's where that shadow work comes in, and that's where you can really start to change your identity and really start to release the things that have been holding you back. And I'll give you an example. This video right here is something that has been holding me back for months. Just to be real, I'm thinking, who am I? You know, why am I worthy to record a video and speak to random people on the internet watching this video? It's almost like imposter syndrome. But understanding that when you have a goal and a mission and a vision, and that all you have to be is a couple steps ahead of someone to help them, then you really realize that, like, you can do anything. You can be someone that records a video and shares your knowledge because someone needs it. And that's exactly why I'm making this first video, is to get out of my comfort zone and to share more about my business and my journal, but also to help the people that are a couple of steps behind, that really need the help and really need the belief. Because our motto for our brand King's Peace is believe in you, and I vehemently believe in that. You need to believe in you first, even when others don't believe in you, because with that you can achieve pretty much anything you want. I've seen it happen for myself, and it's just about going back to the past and seeing where you've succeeded and bringing that into the future. So yeah, that's just a little introduction of me and the business, and I hope you have a good day.